Hi there everyone, my name is Matt Thompson and thank you so much for joining me in this video where we are going to unpack the coming 2025.2 SolarWinds platform update. Now I will pre-warn you there's a lot of things to go through, so by no means is this video an exhaustive list of every possible feature that is coming, but use it as a guide to let you know the highlights of what is coming your way. So for those that aren't aware, 2025.2 is out as a release candidate. So if you head to your customer portal, you can download that into your lab or developer environment and start to play around with some of these features. They seem to have split it into a couple of different ways, so depending on what licensing you have, it does depend on the features, but the majority are available to everybody. There are a couple of exclusives. If you are a SolarWinds Observability self-hosted Essentials, Advanced or Enterprise customer, then you're going to be able to take advantage of extended cloud monitoring for providers such as Azure, Google Cloud Platform, and also AWS. So if you have Azure Express Routes or AWS Direct Connect links, you're going to start to be able to see link health, latency, availability for those dedicated lines. If you have compute engines with Google, you're now going to be able to manage those instances directly from within the platform. There's also some new dashboards. If you are using multiple cloud vendors, then you're going to be able to see those metrics summarized into new modern dashboards as well, which is pretty cool to see. If you've got PoE devices as well, you're now going to be able to see your PoE metrics for power consumption, either at the port level or as a group of device level as well, to see those metrics for multiple devices in one group. So fear not if you are not a licensed Essentials, Advanced or Enterprise customer, but you have individual modules, then this is either an addition or this is for you. So it looks like we now have extended monitoring for Arista switches, which is fantastic to see. There's now going to be new modern dashboards for wireless devices. So if you've added your wireless LAN controller, you're going to be able to see that those details and metrics now displayed in a native modern dashboard. You'll see those popping up throughout the platform as updates come out. I've noticed a new one in IPAM as well. There is a new modern dashboard for your subnets. Improved Cisco NCS 5500 monitoring, some new monitoring for HP storage MSA devices. That looks good. One of the things I want to talk about is the ability to natively now create recurring maintenance schedules, which is great to see. If you are a HA customer, so you have redundancy built into your platform using the high availability features, you're now going to be able to manage that using multiple configuration directly from the web console itself. Please look out for future videos by us here at Prosperin because we want to unpack some of these in detail and give you direct examples in our demo environments. So stay tuned. Now the ability to use custom properties in modern dashboards as a global filter, which is great. More intelligent map improvements, which is fantastic. The ability to use 1,000 SolarWinds agents per polar now, so a scalability boost. General platform performance improvements, which we will always take. Some improvements to the SSL certificate monitor that's already there, and enhancements to the My Deployment page under your settings, My Deployment option. So these are fantastic things to see. So one of the things I wanted to show you though was I wanted to go into the reoccurring maintenance schedules. Now I picked this one because when I was an administrator for a global company solely managing their SolarWinds environment, I really needed this feature. So when I saw this in the list, I thought, fantastic, I'm going to speak to the community about this feature to try and make sure that you don't have to go down the route of creating custom scripts to get this to work. It's now natively here, or it will be when 2025.2 is released to the public. So in here, under settings, this is my demo environment. There's just some dummy devices in here, but it'll help us show off this feature. If we go into settings and all settings, we're now going to see a new option under the node and group management section for manage schedules, which is great. So in here, what we could do in my example that I've used previously, I would have to manually come in or set manual set schedules manually every week for whether it was production patching, development patching of servers, and come in here and remember to do this. But now we've got recurring. So if, for example, if you have production servers are patched on the first Sunday of every month, you're now going to be able to put those into a regular maintenance just so that you don't have to have it on your list of things to do. So in here, let's go to add a schedule. Now this reminds me of the report scheduler. So you create the schedule, you don't do anything with devices at this point, you're merely setting up the schedule to then assign to your devices. So let's do monthly production patching. Ooh, if I can spell. You can put a description in here if you need to be more descriptive, but I'm not going to in this instance. Now, hopefully, you know the difference between these, but if not, muting is a lot. These are just what they say on the tin, right? So this is just muting the alert. So your devices will still poll and capture downtime when this happens, but you're just not going to be having your alerts triggered, which is for the most part that is what people just need. However, if you are capturing KPI metrics for things such as availability, you don't want authorized patching that's gone through change to negatively impact your availability metrics. So you can go to unmanage, which stops polling, so your availability will not drop because it's just not polling at all. So that is a useful time to use unmanage instead. So I'm going to do next. Okay, I know I want this on a monthly schedule. Let's just say I would always advise starting your schedule a little ahead of when the patching, in my example, when the patching should start. So we'll do 9 till 11 when we actually know it's going to be 9:30 till 10:30, something like that. It's figuring this out, which is great. We've got time zones, which I don't need to play around with because all of my equipment is in the UK. I want this on every month, and this is where I spoke about the first Sunday of the month. So just match it up with whatever your schedule is. When do you want it to start? Well, let's do it on Star Wars Day. So let's say this Sunday is going to be the 4th of May. I want it to start then. I don't need an end date, but you can specify one if you needed to. You get a bit of a summary page here, so you can just sort of do a quick validation check to make sure that your logic is good and sound, and we'll do confirm. So we'll see it sat here. It gives you, again, just a little summary here, but we've not done anything. We've not assigned it to any devices yet. So this is very simple. I like this. So hopefully you're using custom properties to maybe differentiate what is classed as a production device. This will make your life a lot easier at this point. But I'm just going to say I don't have that set up in my demo environment, but I'm going to say I want it for all these Cisco switches, or in fact, let's just do everything. So this includes my little SolarWinds box at the bottom here as well. So all you need to do is come in here, select your devices, and go up to maintenance mode. Now, no options have changed apart from this is actually a new one at the bottom. But if you go into schedule, so this is where you can do things instantly. With no schedule. You'll have to remember to come back in here and take that off. But now we can come in here to schedule. And rather than doing a one time, which we've been able to do for a while, I'm going to go recurring. And this time I'm just going to assign my schedule that I've created already to those devices. Now, I haven't seen a way, it would probably need a custom query at this point, but if you go into a device and go to the node details page, there currently doesn't seem it doesn't seem to show if it's got a schedule. However, you can come here to your group section, go down to maintenance schedules, and you will find your devices in here, which is ultimately what you're trying to achieve. Now, through a custom query and likely in the near future as this feature is perhaps bolstered a little bit with some additional bits after feedback from the community, we might see reports created natively or we might be able to see that information on the node details page. But for now, if you need to see which devices specifically are added, you can do that here. And I've also noticed that when you go into your schedule, it will now tell me, if I go to edit, it will tell me that there are 10 entities that have this schedule assigned. There doesn't seem to be a way from in here to then jump to those 10, but that's why in the manage node section, you can do it through this means instead. So it's still there. So, like I say, stay tuned for future videos as we unpack some of the other useful features coming out in this release. And as ever, if you are in the market for some help to do the upgrade in your platform, please do not hesitate to contact Prosperin directly at prosperin.co.uk. We are here ready and waiting to help you with any of your SolarWinds needs. So please utilize us if you need any help with anything within your environment. But stay tuned for the next video. As I say, we're going to unpack some more of these features, but I hope you find this useful. Go ahead and get 2025.2 in your lab environment and start having a play, and I'll see you in the next video.